What's going on? My name is Joe. You can find me on Instagram at Foxy Joe Trades. Same as here on YouTube. This is going to be a quick, just kind of overview of both the crypto market as well as the traditional market. If you haven't seen anything from me before, this is mostly just a journal for myself. I show trades. I'm going through my thinking, all of my losses, all of the lost funded accounts, any money I lose in crypto. I'm trying to keep all of this just public to help me stay accountable and to also just kind of put myself on the spot to try to make better decisions. So if you're not interested in that, just move along. You know, I'm not an influencer. I'm not a guru. I'm not a professional. I work a job. I have a family. This is something that I do in my free time. So the first thing I want to look at is Bitcoin very quickly. Today, we actually put in a new high. So everybody is kind of live right now within the crypto sphere, trying to get people all hyped up to get into positions. The one thing I would just like to point out is that that high was recovered immediately, which doesn't necessarily mean we're going down. We could very well just get completely skyrocket up to 40,000, which is probably our next stop. But it's just something to be aware of, We put in this high, boom, that covered the previous two highs. However, like I said, it was recovered pretty quickly, and now we're on the way back up. CVD doesn't look great. However, the RSI stochastic has reset. So just something to look at, something to think about. I'm not in any positions right now for Bitcoin. I am, however, in a position for Ethereum. So I'll go through that real quick. This is a perpetual futures position in crypto. So Ethereum did not break its high. This was Ethereum's most recent high. Lower, scooped up. And then my thinking was, it was around here that I actually put the position on. I figured that the looks of this, we probably push back up into this area, but I didn't think we'd break this. And I even left myself some room here. So if we did, that I would be okay. I'd stay in the position. So I went ahead and entered right around 2100. And so far, going all right in profit. Now, here's the thing, though, with Bitcoin putting in a new high since I opened this position, if Ethereum comes back up and I'm taking heat and it gets near this orange line, I will close the position, because in that case, we will probably put in a new high. My thinking here, though, is that on Ethereum, we've been lagging compared to Bitcoin. Bitcoin is up from its low about 150%. Ethereum is not. Ethereum is up from the same area of Bitcoin's low, about 95%. So pretty significant difference. So my thinking is that we're probably going to go back down. And if you actually look here, the high that we put in on 416, we have not broke that high even. In Bitcoin, it's a very different scenario. Bitcoin has a lot more steam. The big thing behind that too is the spot ETF approval. So Bitcoin initially got this massive move right here when fake news came out about the Bitcoin spot ETF being approved. It came out later that an intern at, I think it was Cointelegraph, that fat fingered an article, is what they said. It was a mistake, is what they said. It was a mistake. BlackRock came out and said, no, that's not true. So regardless, though, we kept it. You would think that we would have just completely come back down, and we didn't. So interesting. But we'll see what happens with that. Dollar index, real quick, big parabolic move since we have corrected. And now we're kind of rummaging around in this zone, and that is what is allowing the markets to go higher. The dollar is low, the markets are high. NASDAQ. This I love. Okay, we're very close to all-time highs. In fact, we are 4.5% roughly from all-time highs. Most people know the NASDAQ traditionally, aggregated, can move about 2% a day on a normal, decent day. That's 2 days. And if you look at this, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 days. And in this case, we moved 13%. So if we continue on this trend, we're probably going to put in new highs. I don't see any world in which we keep those highs, though. I think best case scenario, we do push through that high, barely. And then I think we plummet. And maybe just into this zone here, maybe lower, who knows. But we're headed into what most believe will be a recession in 2024. And should that happen, we're probably going quite a bit lower. Oil, pretty fast too. We're in a decent support zone here. We come out to the weekly and we look at the VRVP right here. We have a high volume node that we're basically teetering on top of. The next high volume node that's substantial would be right around 56, then down to 52. The lower band, we're at 46. And then beyond that, you've got some dead space that you become down quite a bit. I'm not sure, to be completely honest, with oil. I'm not sure where I sit with it, what I think is going to happen with it. Oil to me right now, where it's at, is a bit tricky. I think we're in a good place CVD wise, RSI, stochastic wise, to get a bit of a move up. We've come down quite a bit from the most recent high to where the lowest low was. It's 23%. That's not a small move. So I think we'll probably keep this lower high here. Low, higher, low. And then I think we will move up, probably put in a higher high and then hopefully a higher low and just continue moving up like that. Gold is the other one. And this is interesting when compared to Bitcoin specifically. Gold has moved ever since the word of the war, which I believe, was right around here, October. We got a big, massive move up. Now, the interesting thing, though, is this horizontal line. We haven't broke this high from 2020. I think we will, though. So I think we'll probably come up, smash out that high. And then I think, honestly, we're going to probably continue higher. I could see gold going up to $2,500. And my reasoning for that, my thought behind that is, I think eventually the hype behind Bitcoin at the moment, I think will cool off when recession comes. If you look, institutions have been buying gold like crazy, which should be an indication of some kind, right? To me, it is. So I think when the hype for Bitcoin comes down, recession hits, markets crash, I think gold will end up pumping quite a bit. That on top of talks of World War III, on top of war already being active, both with Ukraine and Russia and Gaza, all these things together, I think if you aggregate the data, we're probably looking at a higher gold. It just seems to make sense. Beyond that, I don't really have a whole lot. Quick update on just my funded accounts. I have 3 combines. I'm not funded. I have 3 combines through Top Step, 2 through TradingView, 1 through Quantower, platform-wise. One of the trading views I blew this week. Just bad day of trading. And then the other one is doing okay. 51,278 on that one. The Quantower is doing okay too. I don't have it up right now, but I'm about 500 in profit on top of the 50,000. They're all $50,000 accounts. So I'm at like $5,500. I'm sorry, I'm at $50,500 on that one. So I haven't made a whole lot of progress on that. At the end of this coming week, I plan to trade a good amount this week. So I'll do another kind of update just on the funded accounts, but I'm going to start doing this once a week where I just kind of run through the things that I'm looking at. All my swing trades in crypto, I'll start to show, and then kind of go over what I think is going to happen with the markets. And again, this is mostly just for me to be able to look back on later and to be able to reflect on as I continue to move forward and see, okay, why did I think that? Where was my head at with that? This is just a journal for me. So if you're interested in following that, then cool. Otherwise, I'm never going to be a market influencer. That's not ever going to happen. So this will always be real. This will always be transparent. This will always just me being honest about what I do. If you are interested, though, I mentioned it earlier. I do have another YouTube channel. It has more than 10,000 subscribers. We talk about spirituality, reality. We do a Bible study once a week. So I am Christian, but a very non-conventional Christian. So we do a Bible study every Sunday night live, and then we do a topic discussion on whatever our Discord group votes in. So our group decides the topic. We've talked about the Quran versus the Bible, Islam versus Christianity, major Christian theologies broken down. I have a seminary background. I was a pastor for years. So that's kind of where I'm coming from. So if any of this interests you, the YouTube channel is right here. 10,000 subscribers live. You can watch all of our lives. We do 2 a week. And then I obviously put out just some random videos about things having to do with religion, spirituality, the church, things like that. So if that interests you, go check that out. Otherwise, happy trading, and thanks for watching.